Hey guys, Karalynn Cromeens. Welcome to the Quit Getting Screwed podcast, where we talk all the ways about how not to get screwed in the construction industry. And I have a quick word that I wanted to bring up that I'm seeing happen more and more is how to deal with, on a contract basis, delays in materials, right? I know it's been going on for a while and it's still going on, and I know that like concrete industry and other industries are still going to have this issue for a while. So what does that mean for you as a subcontractor or as a contractor working directly with a homeowner? What do you have to do to protect yourself, and what are the consequences of not protecting yourself? So the first thing is, if you're going to put a bid out there, whether that's commercial, residential, put in there that any of the time frames are subject to the availability of material, meaning that we might have to order it early. The time frame I'm promising in here is if we get the materials on time, but I'm not held down to the schedule until we actually get the materials. Okay, so we put the bid out there saying, hey, this could be a problem. I'm hoping it's not, but if you accept my bid, this is something we need to take into consideration, right? Okay, so having it in the bid is one step. The next thing we actually have to have it has to be in the contract that we sign to, because the bid usually does not become part of the contract. If your bid does, then you're covered because it's in there. But if it doesn't, then we need to make sure that we add to the contract that we are allowed extra time if we can't get materials. So make sure that we put that somewhere in the contract that is explicit. It says, hey, if I can't get concrete, I get more time. Why is that important? A couple of reasons. First off, liquidated damages, right? A per day charge for not completing your schedule on time. $500 to $1,000 per day could be charged if you don't finish on time. And even if it's not your fault, like if you can't get materials to finish and we don't have that in the contract, you could still end up having to pay those liquidated damages if you don't finish on time. So putting in the contract, I'm not responsible if I cannot get materials. So just being upfront about it. The second thing that could happen is that you could be terminated, right? You can't do your job in the time frame that you promised when you signed the contract because you can't get materials. Not uncommon, but if we didn't put that in the contract, you could be terminated for failure to perform, right? And what does that mean? When you're terminated, it's not just walking away from the money that you're owed. Now you've opened yourself up to a larger liability, meaning that once you sign that contract, you agreed to do that job for that price. And once you're terminated, you're going to be replaced to finish your scope of work. If the owner or the general contractor cannot finish, it costs them more to finish your scope of work, then you're on the hook for the difference. So it becomes a much larger project. So being upfront about material shortages in the bid, making it sure it's included in your contract that you get more time if you can't get materials, hugely important. If you sign one wrong contract, it could cost millions of dollars. So hey guys, be careful out there and look forward to more quick words. Hey guys, Karalynn Cromeens. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. I've made a promise to never have paid ads in my podcast because I truly want it to be an educational series. But as part of that, then you're going to have to hear the things that I have to sell and then causes that are near and dear to my heart. I want to introduce you to a charity called Heroes for Children. They can be found at heroesforchildren.org. They are in the business of helping families with children who have cancer. And I think as a parent of healthy children, we take for granted the fact that our kids are healthy and we don't have to deal with a terminal illness or an illness that's going to change the way the family works. One parent's going to have to take off work and deal with being in the hospital all the time. So this charity is like immediate assistance, helping families with children who have cancer. So check it out, heroesforchildren.org. They're always having events, so poker nights, easy ways to donate. So if you're getting anything at all out of this podcast, I ask that you give back in a way such as this. Go to heroesforchildren.org.